A lot of people don't realise, but this car isn't just a crazy show car. I want it to drive well too. We've already done some serious handling upgrades, like the massive brakes, real aero with some insane clearance. And today, we've got more to install. We are just gonna turn it out. Hey guys, I'm Alpha. This is our crazy wide-body Giulietta build. When you're doing crazy sort of builds like this, especially with the lowering that we're doing and other things, you want to make sure the car still handles and is fun to drive. So SUPERPRO Suspension has very kindly sent us out some anti-roll bar links that we're going to be fitting today, comparing them to the original standard links, which we actually have quite a few issues with, so hopefully these should be pretty good. So let's get to installing them. First job, as with basically any suspension modification, is to get the wheels off. Just going to whiz them off. Bringing you guys in onto the suspension here, we are just going to turn it out that way. There is a bar at the back here that connects the strut down to the anti-roll bar. And the purpose of the bar is when there's weight transfer going on between the car, when you turn left and right, as obviously one side compresses on your suspension, the other side's going to extend. And the anti-roll bar, being jointed on both sides, just stops it from getting too extreme and the car from rolling all over the place. And as you can see here, the stock ones on the Giulietta are absolutely made of paper. They're abysmal, they're so small. And when you get onto lowering a car especially, and these are all affected with the different pressures from lowering the car, you can end up bending these, breaking them, having the ball joints fail, all sorts of problems. So I feel like a bit of a kid at Christmas here, but let's unbox these adjustable ones, which will allow us to shorten the drop links, which will give the chassis a bit of a stiffer feel, won't have as much body roll. And these are also a lot beefier and hopefully will prevent bending when the car lowers and other stuff like that. Ooh, goodies. And, wow, they're very nice and pretty as well, which you always have to appreciate. Wow. So in the pack for the front, we are doing both front and rear here, we have the main sort of body of the anti-roll bars, which if you the thickness, look at the thickness difference. These must be triple, quadruple as thick maybe. Of course, you get some instructions, which we'll be looking through. No, we won't. You got one end, end ball hook, right hand thread. I'm assuming, so we're going to have right hand and left hand thread. Right hand thread. Are these two going to be left hand thread? Yes, so there's our left hand thread. So we've got, you know, a top and a bottom. Nothing else in the pack there. So the first job when installing adjustable anti-roll bar links like this is to actually assemble them. We do have instructions for. Get these opened up. So we've got a left hand thread one. Pop you out. And a right hand thread one. There we go, so that side, thread's on there. Nice and normal, right hand thread, your normal stuff, your normal goodies. And the other side is left hand thread. So it's going to go that way. Yep, that goes in there. Right, we've got that fully built up. We're now going to remove the OEM links. And we need to make sure that these are the same size when we're first fitting them. Removing the OEM drop links is quite simple. Bolt comes off the end, and then Might have to adjust it to a certain angle. I'll give it a couple of taps. Oh no, there we go. She came straight out. And you obviously have to do the same on the bottom where the roll bar is. So we're just gonna put a spanner on there. Okay. It looks like this one is slightly different. Or maybe the top one was supposed to be like this and it just wasn't. We are gonna have to pop an Allen key in, bigger than that one, just to stop it from spinning on itself. Makes it a bit of a pain, but not end of the world by any means. I think with any luck, yeah, I can get my hand on that now, and there we go. Drop link out. The hardest part of that removal was having these massive brakes that I had to lean over, which luckily you guys won't have. So, with our OEM ones now removed, pop them nuts back on just for safekeeping. We can take our nice new shiny ones, which I'm going to get dirty with my dirty gloves. We can just adjust them to length. See, they're already a lot shorter, which for install, we want them to be the same. You can do this properly by measuring the distance, but I imagine it's just as easy to line them up. That's looking pretty. A couple more turns. We'll do one turn on that one, and then lower this little locking nut down into position, and then we'll do 2 turns on that one, turn it the right way, and that there looks bang on. There we go. We've got them looking pretty even on the amount of threads on either side, and it's now nice and equal length to the originals. I'll bring you up here, put you through that hole, washer on, and a nut on the end. I'm just going to keep that loose while we fit this bottom one in. Push that drop link, the anti-roll bar down a bit. There we go, she's in. Washer on and nut on. And that is taut exactly to 28 Newton meters as the instructions say. Yep. And I genuinely don't think that install took 5 minutes. I think that was done in 5 minutes flat. Both sides now have the adjustable anti-roll bar links on, so let's get the car back on the ground. I'm going to see if I can adjust them with the car on the ground. I think normally you can, but I don't know whether the fact I've got these massive 10J wheels on might affect that, but we'll see. So we've got her down now to about the regular ride height, so I'm going to turn the wheels and see if I've got an ability to reach in there with a spanner and adjust the drop links. Yeah, I can see how much shorter they want to go. Definitely shorter. Right, so been a bit cheeky and I've pulled my arches off just because I can. They're very easy for me to remove. I think if I didn't have the massive wheels and the splitter and everything sort of in the way, could quite easily do this with the arch on. But why make it harder for myself? So just going to loosen them lock nuts off. We've got a 17mm spanner, and while here, honestly, it doesn't look that bad. It did feel a little bit shorter, but when I was looking at it before, it needed quite a bit shorter. So I don't know which way I'm going to have to turn it. I'm assuming the old righty-tighty will do it. Can I do it with my hand? Yes! A bit easier. They are looking very, very straight now. That is probably about where we want it. Right, I've had a proper tinker around and play with them on both sides. Got them to a spot I'm happy with. They're nice and straight. You don't want them ball joints, you know, up and down, left and right. They're nice and straight now on my low ride setting. This is what the car's probably going to be used most of the time in. Yeah, I still need to adjust my settings. However, they're on the front now, so we've got these to go on the back. Let's get the car aired up, jacked up on the rear. It'll be quite interesting to do these because I've never touched the back drop links before. We've moved on to the back of the car now. Obviously, as you can see, the links are much smaller. Doesn't mean they're any less tight. Eh? Are they not 17s? Let's see if I don't have a 16 spanner. See if 16 socket fits on it. I wouldn't put it past Alfa Romeo. They do like to be funny. Yep. And it's more than likely going to be moving that in it. Yep. This can be awkward. I don't have a 16 spanner. So how am I going to hold that? Do I have a 16 spanner? Let's look for a 16 spanner. We've managed to get very lucky and find ourselves a 16 spanner, which was quite a jackpot pull getting that. Now, after getting this finished off, you know, I've took that top bolt out, but I can't get the drop link out of the roll bar. So what you can do, you're not supposed to, but you can, is you can thread the nut on a little bit, grab your trusty hammer, and you can bang it out, and by putting the nut on, you're avoiding damaging the end of the thread. Now, that has pushed it out a bit, but not enough. The reason I've not kept at it is because I'm fairly certain that if I just release this bottom half, that the bottom half will come off nice and easy, and then that will mean we can get that top link out. So, just going to go at this for a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so bottom one came out nice and easy, and top one is out. So that's a little trick for you guys if you do install these and you have a bit of trouble. Bottom one helps, and if it doesn't, nut on and give it a smack with a hammer. So, unboxing time again. Unboxing part 2. Oh, the bag's just ripped everywhere. Come on. Right. I'm struggling with the bag. I'm doing this install, I'm struggling with the bag. What can I do? No. Got our solution. There's one. Now these ones, by the looks of things, come pre-assembled. The instructions any different? That one's the same. Yeah, all looks to be the same. Here we have our rear ones. So, same again. Try and make them the same length, which they are quite a lot shorter. Other way. Right, there we go. Right, slide the top one in. Ooh, this might be interesting. This might be interesting. Is that even the right way? Yeah, that is right, they do go that way. I'm a bit concerned about that being a bit closer to my bags than the original ones, but I mean, they don't actually, they might not be. I just might not have clocked it. Yeah, I might have to lengthen this a bit for the install. Yeah, there we go. Bosh. Wrong one. I want to see how quick I can get these installed on. We got quite lucky there then, because I impacted that on with a 15. Right, 28 newton meters, and that one's 28 newton meters. Now, I'm going to leave these at this length for the time being, so they're a little shorter than OEM. I'm sort of going to drive the car, see how it feels, and I might change it. Right, I'm going to install the other, and then we're going to do a sort of overall review, like my opinions sort of thing at the end. So I'll see you guys when this other one's on. Right, this is going to be an interesting put down, I know it is. See, that's not even on the jack stand there, for fuck's sake. Right. Right, should we just go for it? Should we have a bit of fun? Ready to see how strong I am, guys? Oh, no, I'm not that strong. I don't like that noise it just made. It looks good actually, it looks okay. Okay, I need this side to stay down. How can I get this side to stay down? Fine. No. Right, okay, looks like we're going back the other way. Right, she's out. She still drives, so it's good. Overall, this stuff is, I'm trying to make this quick because it's going dark and it's very windy. It's a lot beefier, you know, it's a lot more adjustable, obviously you can work with it. The original ones aren't adjustable. We're gonna leave these on for a good while, see how the car drives. Can't take it for a test drive at the minute, but hopefully, with any luck, these will be a massive improvement over stock. You can get them here on the SUPERPRO website. I do know a couple of people already running them, have been running them for a couple of years. So, massive thank you to SUPERPRO Suspension, and I'll see you guys in the next one.